really interesting. Wow. Yeah, really interesting how he considered the fold so heavily because people just under bluff in these $400 tournaments. It's really, really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, what are his bluffs? You know, like if we really think about it, like sure, ace high, like ace high has some showdown value if you had ace five, and when he raises the turn with maybe some backdoor diamond draw or something like that, he actually gets called. And on this kind of board, like what hands do you have that you're folding?
And it's gonna have some misdraws and things too. So I think calling is the only option myself. Let's see if Boogaloo got away from it. Ooh, call is 6.
So this is close between call.
Really interesting. So call is 6, raise is 7,500 is 10 points. And I'm going to say he said that because this is a very bad player. And so he thinks the very bad player is going to stack off here with worse queens a lot. I'm going to guarantee that's what he's going to say. Very interesting, though. I thought call for sure was the right answer. I never am in this spot. I don't know. Interesting spot, too. I think this is a little bit of a lesson for everyone out there, too. A lot of times, the hands we want to float with, like this one, are better as raises. So this kind of falls in that category.
Yeah, and he was kind of an echo chamber for us there, saying, you know, we just get better hands to call and worse to fold.
Yep.
Like he's going to have some gut shots in his range. He's going to have spade draw. He's going to have king X. And we kind of know, I mean, we kind of identify kind of what cards are going to be bad for us on future streets. And we're aware how to proceed on those cards.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's a very good point, man. You right.
That was the best. You didn't say anything. You won. Just straight up.
You won. I'm just spewing.
All right, so ooh, look at this. You're not opening this. You just looked at this. You're not opening.
Button cut off, hijack, low jack, under the gun one. You are right.
Come on now. Okay. I am. So let's see if he.
He's got to open it, or there wouldn't be a hand.
It wouldn't
I'm
be a
already
quick.
down on points.
You're already down on points in real life. Now, obviously, you're gonna cheat, but
I'm gonna evolve.
you're gonna adapt, right?
All right, let's play it.
I'm going to cry if he says he's folding here. Like, if he's like, yeah, you should be folding this in this kind of tournament, and you were actually right. All right, cool.
Wah, wah.
Like a spot where we have
Ah!
standard.
Yes.
And the reason is because queen.
I just want to say for the record, that this is the best 3-point score I've ever gotten in my life. Because the right answer was fold.
The right. But you heard what he said about the tables. This is a 3K.
Here comes the excuses. 10
The
points
excuses
fold.
to
It says
open
right
if your
here.
table is particularly tight and weak. Welcome to the $5 2K world. I mean, you know, the $11 10K. I'm opening this, yeah, for sure.
This is the best 3 points of my life.
Oh, that's hilarious. And everybody's 50.
Nailed it. What the hell kind of play is that from King Queen? Who does that?
What the hell? Yeah, so Mad Dog.
Jonathan Little's an absolute crusher, so it's nice to have him.
Yeah, I agree, and I
Just
always love
coaching.
playing right after sessions like this because I feel like my brain's warmed up. I'm thinking through things, and so it's a good way to start your session for sure.
Right. All right, guys, this is it.
What's up, Mike? You want to give a gist? He was saying Narco Cop was playing about D-pipping about 28% of hands. He had been very aggressive in this $10 buy-in, and here are the options to fold, to call, to raise to 1,200, raise to... What? Wait a minute, he made it 800, and my man's giving options to 12 and 1,400 average. So it's already getting kind of spicy. That's so nasty. To be on the site with these other crushers, you know, well-known poker public figures is pretty exciting, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I didn't mention that when I was kind of giving a little intro here too. You know, Assassinato, Matt Affleck, John Little, all coaches on the site, so very highly respectable, quality poker content.
Yep, Evan Jarvis as well. You know, remember Evan Jarvis, Matt Affleck, Assassinato, John Little.
Yeah, so I guess that just makes sense. He just have the ace of clubs in his hand. That's interesting, though. I
How
thought
many
that was
points you got?
interesting.
You didn't do that bad. 45.
I like how you just pat me on the back. You didn't do that bad. Well, yeah, good job, buddy. Like,
The back.
I remember I got the higher score in the first one. So, we're 1 for 1, buddy.
I just want to know.
Calling, guys. Let's see if we're good.
Similar situation. That's pre-flop? I think pre.
All right, guys, we're checking, I guess. Oh, for fuck's sake.
One of the things I see people when it comes to poker is when you can get to the turn and
When you're facing a min raise or just a touch more than a min raise, and there's an ante in play, which is going to be the case in most tournaments, I think, going forward, you want to defend pretty wide. If your opponent's making a 2.
All right, cool. You're going 1,400.
I'm going 1,400, guys.
I'm gonna go call with the arm and just see what happens.
All right, and
I would fold in game though, for the record, in case that's the winning end.
You won. You win. I have to concede. You win.
14K.
14K, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Well, no, we cannot win. This is a pretty rough spot because damn it.
Mm-hmm. Where do you gonna get my chat? They like naughty things. They like just beer, alcohol,
All right, let's do I can do a $10 ACR giveaway.
$10 ACR giveaway courtesy of my man Toe. For me beating that ass heads up in this. Sorry. No, I'm kidding. We'll do this. We'll have to do it at least once a week, man. And then we'll do it every week a couple times.
So it's a tie.
I guess we got to give out $10 to each other's communities. We'll just do our own $10 free roll for each. Or does that sound fair?
Yes. Do you know what this means?
You win. I give his chat $10. Take it.
So that's cool
Filthy
because we have
animal.
2 ties and then a win from you and a win from me. This is like the epic battle. It's perfect. It's great.
Yeah, we're even Stevens.
This is awesome.
Take it.
I love it.
You know,
Stop. We got a giveaway going. Let's run the giveaway for the $10 ACR winner. Closing the giveaway. Drawing the winner. My man Sebs are getting the $10 ACR giveaway for this one. What up? We're live for the PokerCoach.com study session stream. Me and my main man, Crazy Sixes, back again Saturday morning, afternoon, depending on where the hell you live. How y'all living? Chance for you guys to get better together and win prizes. Exclamation point PC in my chat, exclamation point PC in Sixes chat for you to get a link to sign up for free for the PokerCoaching.com website. Owned and operated by Mr. Jonathan Little himself with a wealth of amazing coaches. 2 at the top of that list, me and my main man, Crazy Sixes, along with some other pretty good guys, Evan Jarvis, Matt Affleck, Assassinato, Jonathan Little, Lexi Gavin, Tristan Wade, the list goes on and on and on. Acevedo, the James Romero, they go on forever. So check that out. If you sign up for free, you get big blind charge for 100 blinds or more. I think it's 20 free quizzes. Some homework assignments. If you sign up for premium, there is 1,100 quizzes, homework assignments, weekly webinars, multiple times a week with all these guys where you get in front of them live in a small group setting. The list goes on and on. My man Sixes, how you doing this beautiful Saturday?
I am fantastic. How about yourself, man? What's up, Toe Army, Sixes Mafia? What's up, everybody? How you doing, Toe?
Doing good, man. You know, shaking off. I drank on stream last night for the first time.
I know, that's why when you said it, I was like, holy
And
shit.
like, I didn't get crazy. I had like 5 beers, But I'll tell you, when you don't have anything to drink at all, and then have 5 beers 9
it
months
hits
later,
you.
I'm a little like in this morning,
Yeah.
but it'll be
You're a
okay.
little hungover from 5 beers.
I mean, I'm not hungover, but I'm, I'm a little groggy. Let's say groggy.
Yeah. I remember my first day drinking too, huh? That's good to hear.
Rad Dad, morning, man. What's up,
What's up, man?
Ginger? Thank you for the 36 months. 3 years is incredible.
Damn, that's
Thank
a
you,
big
Ginger. I
time.
appreciate it.
So how long you been streaming total?
4 years, right
Damn.
around March.
Shit, I got another year to even catch you. That's crazy.
Yeah, like I was thinking about
Fuck
Killing Bird
me.
because he just posted his
6.
6th year. Gee, that's a long time.
I'm at 3,
It's a
and
long
you're
time.
at 4. That's a long time in this game to survive, guys. It ain't easy.
Yeah. Hydrate, says chat revoked. I am. I have my morning Coke. Does that count? Chat revoked. Chip Critic, good morning. Buffalo Boy, good morning. All right, guys. For you guys, type poker coaching in both chats, my chat and Six's chat. And we are going to draw for a winner. If you're new to the stream, what we do is I'll draw a winner for my stream. Sixes will draw a winner for his stream. We'll have you guys take this little quiz together and compete against each other. Make sure it is
Get in
having
there.
people, and it is. And for $5, we'll send you $5, ACR, PayPal, I don't know, carrier pigeon, however we can get it to you. And there you go. We'll watch the quiz. We'll wait for the person who is going up for the points to say what they would do. We'll see what the audience would do. I'll say what I would do. Six will say what he will do. We'll see what the coach on the video will do. We all get better together. We get to gamble on getting better at gambling.
Yes.
I mean, this is a fucking beautiful thing. How
And not lose money. And, make a bad decision, make a mistake, and not lose
It's
money.
all plus EV.
And plus we can learn, so it's all fun. And you got a chance to win a couple bucks. But let's get better, guys, and let's have some fun. But poker coaching in the chats, if you want to get in this first round, we're going to do our thing and look for the first Faraz quiz there is, because that's what we do around these parts.
Shit, I'm not ready for that.
No
it's
new
getting skimpy.
Faraz?
It's getting skimpy, man.
You know what this means? It's cash game day. I
Cash
love
day.
that. I've been talking about cash games a lot on stream. I miss it. I'm Jones into play.
We're officially
fucking
here.
cash.
I officially don't miss it one bit. And but hey,
The
good
longest-
poker is good poker. The good thing about doing cash game quizzes too is it's good for tournament grinders for like early stages tournaments. Very similar, right? When we're 100+ bigs deep and have to make decisions at that.
Well, it's nice. You'll learn. Just different thought processes. If, there's a lot of guys that play cash and then just dibble and dabble in some tournaments here and there, so you'll get an idea of how they think about the game at 100 big blinds deep or whatever. And yeah, it's good, man. It's good to mix in some cash game. Trust me, there's EV here. But since we don't have much to pick from, I do think we do 1091 first.
Hey, what's up? Say you look like a stalker. They could see my extra monitor. I have this weird conundrum where I try not to show the door with the glass front behind me, just in case Mrs. Toe decides to come get some coffee in her skivvies. And at the same time, they can see you on my other monitor. So there. Oh well, it is what it is. Sixes isn't a creeper. He's family. It's cool. He's allowed to poke in through the window there. Cool. So what are we doing? I see only 3 tournament quizzes here, and one of them is Assassinato.
Yeah. We got 2 on the plate right now, 1089 and 1091. So we'll start with 1091 with our man, Matty Affleck. I love it.
All right, cool.
All right, but yeah, let's roll it. Anybody out there just lurking, want to get in there? Last chance, poker coaching in the chat. I know you out there lurking, being lazy. Type it in chat, get in there, let's go.
All right. You let me know when you're ready to roll.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Winner is Beats. What up, Beats? Good morning. It's on you, my man.
The
Snuck
first
in
man
before
in
we
the
got
chat.
to the cash game quiz.
I love it. Gets rewarded for being in here first, getting in
go.
there, and now he gets a chance. Jabroni poker. You love to see it. Good luck, my dude.
All right, let's roll this quiz. We're online poker tournament. It's all we got. It's all it says.
Online
So,
poker tournament. I think we've
I
all
guess-
done this before.
I guess we're comfortable. Guys, let me know if there's any audio issues. I was working with these headphones, and I think I got it worked out. So let me know if you can hear it okay.
So, thank you for the biddies, buddy. Good morning. Get your ass in there, Seabass. Let's go. All right.
Oh, Kung Fu Cringe. Thank you for the follow as well. Let's do it.
Yep. I'm in there.
All right, in today's hand, we are reviewing a hand from an online tournament. Final two tables. We have Queen 10 offsuit in the cutoff. It's going to fold to us in the cutoff. Should we fold, call, raise to 240,000, or raise to 300,000?
What? Full source of the cutoff. Are we opening Queen 10 offsuit? Sounds like audio is good. I'm glad I got it worked out.
Nice.
I got these new Bluetooth headsets, which I love. Thank you, Sixes, for finally talking me into doing that. And then
Nice.
it freaks OBS out, though. So, cool. Queen 10, who's opening? Beats. Audio says good. Min raids for Albatross.
240.
Buffalo.
Snap 240.
Kung Fu. Drugs. Bruce can't see the stack sizes. Let me
We have 25 bigs.
Yeah, basically we have 25 bigs. There you go.
26.
We'll go with ish. 25-ish.
Button has 30. Small blind has like.
Tina just limping,
Big blind has
and everybody else min raising. Then Bruce min raising.
25. Who's limping?
Tina.
Tina.
Well, she said call. So Tina, there's no raise in front. I don't know if you meant limp when you said call. Oh no, it says call there.
Yep. And
Pete's going
Jabroni goes
240. He's
240. What up, Mafia? Quiet in here. Let's go. What are we doing? I mean, I imagine nobody's folding, right? I haven't seen the fold.
Nobody's folding.
Nobody's folding.
Who's folding?
If
If you're folding, this is the right place for you. Chip Critic just calling. He's over there with Tina. She's not alone.
Yeah, I think, I mean.
Tina, this is actually a tournament.
An online poker tournament at that.
Chad vote going 300 just because he wanted to play contrarian. He felt like being a little different. Everyone was 240 land.
Well, I guess, I mean, going 2.5x, a little bit more fold equity, the final two tables, if you wanted to make your raise sizes a little bit bigger and just not play post flop as much, I guess there could be some merit. I know people that maybe take that approach. I think people play too tight to the 2.5x. You know.
Even you're talking about here in this spot online, or you're talking about cash game?
No, I'm just this is a tournament. Yeah, I'm talking about in this spot in general. Like I know people that may take an approach of using, or you see it in tournaments. You know, we get final two tables.
Yeah, people still 3x
just
sometimes.
go biggers.
Sure.
Yeah, and they just feel like they do it just to generate more fold equity and not get played back as much. So, I mean, I guess there could be some merit for 300, but with just basic stuff, I'm just going to go 240.
Yeah, me too. I'm in raising too. For me,
Yeah.
if I'm deep, I go bigger. And when I get to be, I wouldn't say shallow, but medium stack, 50, 60 bigs or so, I start going exclusively min raise just to give myself that extra wiggle room and be able to make things happen and not put a ton of my stack in every time.
Right.
Cool. 240 for beats. Let's roll it.
Yep, we're 240 here as well.
This is a very, very standard raise. I don't think any more than a min raise is necessary here. In terms of sizing, we want to figure out what's going to make our opponents are going to make the biggest mistake. And since this is final two tables, people tend to play too tight rather than too loose. So by min raising, we cause them to make a bigger mistake when they overfold in their blinds and don't defend enough. So you can develop a limping strategy here from the cutoff on 25, but I don't think Queen 10 off is a good hand for that. It has decent high card blockers and doesn't play very well multi-way, so I'd prefer to raise this hand. And I'm always going to raise to 240, but raising to 300 is fine, but I think folding's out of the question here. So we raise it up, and the big blind calls, who is a weaker player, and the flop comes Jack 8 deuce with two clubs. Should we check, bet 125, bet 220, or bet 400?
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's a little interesting. Big blind fans, C-bet or no? And what size? Bomb it, small it, micro it, or don't bet it at all? What is the deal? Didn't know we had open limps in the cutoff. Yeah, it wouldn't be Queen
Definitely.
10, but it would be something like, I would say like ace 9 suited, 7 8 suited falls into those categories a lot of the time.
some of these hands we don't want to raise fold. They have a lot of equity, or maybe we can induce, if we're going to balance, we got to have some strongish hands as well. We're going to call off or limp jam. So
I have a stalker here from I don't know who it is, but it's from my work. They're putting out stuff for work.
Larry, Jared, I'm going to need some fiber cable.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is. I don't know who you are, Larry Friendly, but I know you somebody. What up, Marlon? How you doing, Machine Gun?
Machine Gun.
For Buffalo Boy. 220 for Chip Critic. Albatross going 220. Tina checking. Bruce going 220. Beats going 220.
220s around the horn, huh? Just going
Kung Fu
30%.
going 220. We got to check. Buffalo Boy checking. He wants to realize his equity. Oh, you just looked at my LinkedIn. That'll work too. That will definitely work too. Then you see me all professional like with my hair brushed. I got a suit on, no hat. That's the toe in disguise. That's my Clark Kent.
Any checks over there? We got 220s.
I got a check. I got one check and a bunch of 220s. Beats is a 222, I believe.
220
Yes.
is what, like 33% or something like that?
Yeah, about third pot ish.
Yeah, third pot-ish. And then 125 is smaller than quarter. Gosh. Okay. Station's favored. Good morning, dude. Thank you for the 4 time. Thank you, buddy.
Then you get re-raised and reshoved on skipping chips ways as well.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see where my dude. Jabroni's going 220.
125. I think he calls pre and has some J's, but we have over and Gutties as chat vote. Common day laborer, Boca Beast by night. I told you that's my Clark Kent. And then I become Superman.
My boy.
Super toe at the second the clock strikes 5. Mark's got all the tears in his rage. Oh, that's so funny. Bovine checking, raising for Buffalo Boy. Did you get your guy? My Beats is good.
Yeah, we going 220 here.
Me too. I think that's big enough.
It.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably go.
I almost just went.
I would. Like, if I was gonna go any bigger, it'd be like 250. So I'm nitpicking. Like, this is right about where I would be. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've been messing around with some stuff, but I almost like 125, but it's smaller than a quarter. You know?
It's so small.
20%. It's like 20% pot or something.
Yeah.
I still kind of like it. But yeah, I mean, 220 is probably just fine.
Yeah, and I'm doing that against like almost exclusively against Big Blind Defend when I open here, because they're gonna call it a lot of shit, just random shit, because they're in the Big Blind min raiser, right?
Yeah, Wisco likes check, bet. So we check, because we're calling a check raise, right? I mean, we're not just bet folding. I can't imagine. That's why I kind of like 125. Still just folding out his air and being able to call a smaller check raise and still being able to barrel a lot of turns because we know he's continuing super wide for that. But I mean, I guess 220 is also fine. Get a little bit more.
But yeah, Cook for Cringe asked, we have rage advantage, but not the nut advantage. We actually have both, I think, right? Because Red Dad kind of nailed it. We have all the jacks, and we didn't get 3 bets. So this guy's got very little jack. A pair of jacks. So yeah. Cool. 220 it is.
All right. 220 it is. Let's do it.
Rebuy, please. Thank you for the follow.
I think we have a mandatory continuation bet here. With the deuce on the board, the big blind probably doesn't have 8 deuce off. Depending on how tight he is, some people fold jack 8 off, although I would expect him to have jack 8 offsuit. And I'm assuming pocket 8s and pocket jacks get rejammed pre-flop. Also queens, kings, and aces. So he's lacking on this board. This is going to be just a mandatory 100% continuation spot with our particular hand. There are some hands we'll check back, but this hand with an overcard, a gutter to the nuts, even though we don't have a club, still an easy bet in terms of sizing. I'm going to bet like a third pot. Again, our opponent's more likely to make a mistake against the third pot. He has to defend really wide. And I'm assuming that a weaker player deep in these tournaments is going to overfold rather than overcall. So I like the smaller bet, betting 220. Betting 400 is fine. If we were deeper, I would always size up on this board texture. But checking is also fine as well. Since we don't have a club, we don't perform very well against a check raise. And so checking back has its merits as well. But this player is pretty just unlikely to check raise very frequently. People under check raise. So we should just side on the era of continuation betting more often. I do bet just over 220. And our opponent calls. The turn is the 5 of hearts. Should we check, bet 330, bet 630, or bet 900?
All right, things getting a little interesting here.
What are we doing here? This 5 doesn't really interact. Clubs miss, straight draws miss. We bombing or rechecking to try to get there on river. What do we like? What's up, Alex? Yes, we can play
That's
poker
funny.
in the States. We just have no poker stars, no party poker, but there are options here, my dude. What about taxes? Pay them.
Yeah. Don't go down like Al Capone.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Pay them.
Pay. I like that.
Simple.
Taxes. Yes. Just yes.
Yeah.
If you're fortunate enough to make enough money where you have to pay, you got to withdraw and the man sees that shit, then fuck yeah, pay your taxes.
Simple equation.
All right, so what are we doing? Check now from Chip Kiddick. Check from Ginger. Buffalo says not a flush draw, nut draw, check. Drugs firing twice. Size it up about 630.
Right.
What's the stack to pot ratio? 2.
We got a couple
Marlon
of checks here.
firing big.
Jabroni's check.
Beats firing big.
You check stations. Damn, the fucking mafia is all checking, and it sounds like over there you got some.
It's a
bombers,
mix.
of course.
We got 3 checks, 1, 2, 3 checks, 4 checks, 1, 2, 3 630s, and a 3,300 or 330,000. Couple 30,
Okay.
yeah. So mostly betting, but there's a sprinkle of checks, and the sizing is we're kind
All over the
of
place?
no one's going 900.
Nobody's potting the fucker.
Nope.
Okay.
What are you doing? buddy?
Yeah, we're Jabroni's checking. I mean, shit. I think I'm going 630, bro. Got an emergency gutty. We put a lot of pressure on Deuce X, 8X. Equity versus a jack. Draws miss. Maybe he didn't check raise. Yeah, I mean, I probably just bet here a lot. We still have a lot of very strong hands in our range. We're blocking some of the better Queen Jack, 10 Jack. And we still have a gutty. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably barreling, but that's me.
So Chatterbox guy thinking we got it better. Are we capping our range? Definitely, if we check, we're capping. Accidentally fold and say you hit the wrong
Ace on the
button.
river, boom. King on the river, boom.
Yeah, I'd go with
Nine,
that.
boom.
And I'm gonna say, like in general here, I'm a little mixed. The one thing about the 5 is that it doesn't change the board at all. So when we bet here, we're trying to get an 8 to fold and
A deuce, clubs.
a
Yeah, we
deuce,
blocked
which
some 9,
there shouldn't be
10,
that many. Definitely
some ace
clubs
highs.
not folding,
Some weak
and then some ace
high.
highs. Maybe something like king, queen, diamonds or something.
Yeah, stuff like that. I mean, king 7 of
Man.
diamonds and stuff like that didn't check raise. I don't know.
The problem is the 5 didn't change the board at all. So flush draw is still continuing, jack still continuing, and an 8x probably floating for 1, which is we're gonna have to 3-line this.
Mm-hmm.
I do
Man
like
up.
it when a king stop being a sissy toe.
Man up.
Everything in me is saying check right now with when the 5 comes.
The 3 of hearts on the river.
Like
Nut,
0
nine,
equity.
Ace, king, 9, queen we win with. 10 we have some showdown. Like, I don't know. I mean, if we check here, it's almost like to
Joke
hope
says
to get
jamming
there.
river on blanks, unblock clubs. Definitely. I can see the argument, man. Like I said, I'm
630.
conflicted.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're
Kase,
checking because
second
that's
to
what
the follow.
Jabroni's doing.
We
We're checking,
are
we're
betting
checking.
630 because that's what Beats is doing.
All right. We're checking. Maybe check is good. Hopefully.
Let's find out.
Please.
So when analyzing the turn here, the key
Yeah,
thing
I
is to
got it.
ask yourself, did any of our bluffs improve on the turn? And the 5 really doesn't do anything for our range. Maybe 7-6 suited if we raised and continuation bet that, and maybe pocket 5s. Other than that, we don't really improve ever on this card. Therefore, it's a card we're not going to barrel on very frequently. We don't pick up equity, so we're going to keep barreling with our hands that had a lot of equity on the flop. So hands like 10-9, 10-9, if we had 10-7 suited, Queen-9 suited, Queen-10, like we still have all these hands, and we can fold out. We're attacking like his Ace of Clubs X, so like he should peel with a lot of hands with the Ace of Clubs in it. We can get to fold out. We can get some hands like Ace Deuce to fold, King Deuce to fold. I think some people will start overfolding hands like 8-7 and 9-8 potentially. A hand like a pocket sevens, pocket sixes, pocket fours, pocket threes, we can start to get to fold. So we have a lot of equity. We still have outs. We have 2 overs, 2 and 8. And so a lot of good things can still happen to us. In terms of sizing, since we're not betting this very often, we want to size up. I like the 630. If you want to go like 500, that's fine too. Betting 900 could be good, but we don't need to bet that much larger than 600 to get all the money in by the river. So we choose to bet 630. I think that's a good option. Checking's obviously fine well, but I want to stay on the aggressive side here. Our opponent calls, and the river is the deuce of hearts. Our opponent checks. Should we check? Bet 600, bet 1 million, or go all in?
Is that a brick? I don't know, Jugs. What do you think, buddy? Is that a blank?
Is that a blank? Jabroni poker with the sad face. Yeah, man up.
Ooh,
Got a man up.
jams.
On turn.
Jams are just already coming in. Tina and Bruce, all in.
I need to exercise the internet out of me. Yeah, pretty much. Then you
All
start
in
punting
for
like
Albatross.
me. Who's shoving?
All
Albatross?
in for Drugs.
Everybody's just fucking.
All in for Ginger.
Sure. Yeesh.
All in for Rad Dad.
Jabroni's going 600.
All in for Chat Revoked.
Holy smoked.
All in for Larry. All in for Machine Gun.
Oh, well, I mean, did you really have to say that?
Albatross has to correct me. All in and rebuy.
Arriba. Oh, this is final 2
There's a
tables.
check.
Yo,
Chip
ass and
critic
rebuy.
checking. Beats.
A triple barrel needs
All
to happen. I
in
don't see that
for
giving up here.
beats.
Yep, hamming. All in. Wait a minute, my dog.
Is my logic wrong on the turn? I'm letting someone continue with a club draw by checking, with the thought that they'll never fold ace of the 4 clubs. I would jam here though. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to give them the free equity with like ace 4, right? You definitely want to charge those hands, and if you can get ace 4 to fold, I actually think ace 4 folds here a lot. If it's just like ace 4 off, because then they're drawing pretty thin. They might call. They might call when they pick up a gutter.
Yeah, this is tough. Wait a minute, did he go? Yeah, Jabroni's going 1 mil.
This is probably an ACR tournament, so we are probably still in the 5 hours.
Jeffrey Gross is in this bitch. Is that the real one? Jeff Gross? Is that the real Jeff Gross? If so, this is a pretty big tournament. Yeah, I mean,
you jamming sixes?
We think.
Blank?
I mean, we think we should be folding out like a deuce X. We should be folding out some of his weaker ace X. He was saying on the turn. We should be folding out some of the missed draws. So what does he show up here with? A fucking jack a lot, right? I mean, we doesn't our turn bet just kind of like condense like everything? I think he's check raising some of his flush draws, but he would be folding those on the turn.
On the turn.
Oh, the check was a 5.
Okay.
He wants us betting. We bet, so I think we condense. I mean, I don't know. At this point, when we fired twice, it feels like we need to triple. But man, I mean, at this point, it feels like we're really trying to make a fucking jack fold, and that's not good. Almost need to check.
Yeah, I think I actually probably myself check the turn a lot when I don't pick up any equity, and then I would just check give up this river. If I do bet, which there's going to be some frequency when I do bet for sure. Have the 2 come on the turn, I definitely would have bet, which is kind of funny. But here, I think we, like you said, like the flush draw and then a jack. Like that's all that's there, right? Get the flush draws to fold, and Jack's gonna snap your ass, Seabass.
Snap. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. We think we condense his range when we go bet, and we use a relatively big bet size to go 60% on the turn, and he still calls. I think we eliminate some of the weakest flush draws in hands like that, and we would even beat some of the weak ones, right, with queen high. I don't know. I think he's check raising his ace high flush draws and things like that. Yeah,
Kung
I'm
Fu
almost
says he
give up.
said he was setting up the money, getting all the money in on the river, which all of you guys said. But the problem is that too kind of is an interesting card because now there's less likely that like an 8 or a jack are going to fold. Maybe
He even
it
thought
folds
some of his 8x was folding to our big bet on the turn.
on the turn, and it's still here. So it's
Yeah.
flush draw and jack.
Yeah. But yeah, let's do it. I think check, but maybe we do just 1, 2, 3 it off. I don't know. It's interesting.
All right, beats
But-
jamming for the swish.
Well, Jabroni's going
So-
1 milli, and that cannot be good. But we'll see what happens. I don't know if we're going 1 milli, I'm gonna fucking shit my pants on stream. But let's do it.
All right, cool. He's going 1 milli. We already cleared.
I think this is a
This is-
mandatory
if this
bluff
is
spot
anything above
for
the
a
bluff
couple of
spot.
reasons. First, we don't block any of his automatic folds. So when I say automatic folds, I mean a hand like ace 3 of clubs, ace 4 of clubs, ace 6 of clubs, ace 7 of clubs, ace 9 of clubs,
Why
ace
don't
10
we
of clubs.
jam?
He could have 5 6 of clubs, 5 7 of clubs, 5 4 of clubs, 5 3 of clubs.
You're a genius.
He could have 10 7 of clubs. He could have
many
king
jacks
queen of
here?
clubs. We don't have any clubs in our hand, and he can have
He's the good
probably 20, 30 combos of flush draws that didn't want to play for stacks, that he was just check calling down. Maybe he turned a pair of 5s for some showdown value. Second, that he never improves on the river. I'm expecting him to fold all of his deuce X on the turn to our bet, unless he had 8 deuce or jack deuce or 5 deuce, which I think those hands get check raised on the turn a lot. Most people just don't slow play there enough. So he never improves to a random 2 pair on the river. We also get him to fold all his flush draws, and also potentially, our bet's probably going to be profitable there. I'm not trying to bluff a weak player off a jack here. That's rule number 1. I'm not trying to bluff him off jacks, but I am trying to bluff him off king X of clubs, ace X of clubs. Those are the main hands, and there's a lot of ace X, king X, and 5X of clubs hands that I would like to get him to fold. And so that is why I like only betting 1 million here as an exploit. Normally, I would just go all in as my bluff here since it's less than pot. I would only have one sizing, but I don't expect or want to try to target his jack X. I'm trying to target his ace high flush draws, king high flush draws, and like 5X of clubs hands, which there are plenty of them. And so I think I only need to bet 1 million. That way I save some money against jack X, which probably never folds anyways, and I still might get a fold from an 8X hand. So I went ahead and bet just over 1 million. I think that's pretty good. And we get a fold. And if I remember right, in game, it was a pretty quick fold. So I think it's just one of those auto fold hands. He might have had a hand like 10-9 or something that we were ahead of already. But you have to bluff in these spots when so many of the draws miss and you lose to some of those draws. You have to bet in that spot. It's a disaster if you check back and let king 4 of clubs win this pot.
Interesting one. Super interesting.
So
Jug's asking what value hands.
So it's interesting because he said it's an exploit. That's why you can't, he said, as an exploit, we go 1 million because I think we run the hand and they get there, we just fucking jam. I can't imagine we just put 1 million out there. So it makes sense.
Yeah, Jug's saying what value hands would we do the million with? All the
Yeah,
jacks are
maybe.
calling, so we'd always jam for value. Yeah, I don't know, man. I would have checked the turn. And honestly, if I'd played this hand, I probably would have given him the river like Six said, thinking we narrowed his range.
Dude,
But I get that we have to
Jabroni.
I get how much of a disaster it is when King 4 of clubs, takes his pot down. That one, I definitely agree with. But I would have played this hand a little differently.
Yeah, I mean, I would always bet the turn. I would just be indifferent on rivers, but a lot missed, and I probably find myself jamming and running to a jack in game. It feels like they're just gonna have it every time I do that, and then talk myself into it. I've done it a couple times recently, but it still feels good. He's right. We need to bluff. I would just never bet 1 million. I would always jam. But at the final 2 tables, it makes sense. If he's just going to call when he's called and fold when he folds, leaving something behind
Well, the
and
key
having a
thing here,
chance.
he
as
said
well.
what he was targeting. He knew the jack was never folding, but he could get a 5 to fold, and then the ace of clubs and king.
Yeah, and this looks strong as shit as well.
And those aren't
So
calling.
I like
a
it,
smaller
man.
bet.
Jabroni, the GOAT. I love it. Well played. So we got a 35.
Oh shit! 36.
Oh, piss. Good ass run, my dude. Good ass run. Lost by 1.
Pipped him. You pipped him, Beats.
Gee, what's up, my
Congratulations.
dude? What up, B? What up? Yeah, let's do another one. We'll run another one. Good job over there.
Yeah, you
Pete.
want to change the keyword?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Because we have a lot more people in now than we did when we first roll up.
Yes, sir. What do you think?
I don't know. Let's go 6 toes because that's an easy one. We always have the same keywords. We just mix them up in the order.
Yes, sir.
6 toes, all one word. Booyah for Beats. Congratulations, buddy.
Congrats, Beats. Good job, Jabroni.
6 toes spelled out.
Nail that river.
Albatross.
You're the only
SIX,
person.
There you go. Just like Tina.
Yeah, Jabroni's the only. I swear, it's the only million bet of everyone. So I like it. Good shit. Matty Pipes, what's up, my dude? But yeah, in the meantime, we'll pick another. I think the only other option for tournaments that's new is the
Jonathan.
JL one.
Yep.
So we'll do that one. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that.
We still got a bunch of 6 toes flowing through the chat. Guys, this is PokerCoach.com, 70 cents to stream, exclamation point PC in my chat, exclamation point PC in 6's chat. For you got a link where you can sign up for free. If you like this one, you want to see any ones we've done in the past. A lot of times we have special guests. We've had a bunch of amazing guests. Evan Jarvis, we've had Matt Affleck, Greg Raymer, Jesse Sylvia, Bet on Drew, Fat Train. I don't know, a whole slew of them. You can go check those out on the YouTube channel, exclamation point YouTube, to check those out.
How many guests do you think we've had?
2 weeks ago we had
30?
Awesome Lost.
30? Something like that.
I don't know, but something like that. Somewhere between 20 and 30, I'd
so
say.
many. Yeah. And we will have more probably after the new year with the holidays,
Toe sex, what the hell, Beats?
No explanation point. You don't need an explanation point, Miso.
All right, I'm ready to roll when you are.
All right, yeah, let's do it. No explanation point, dude. Just 6 toes.
You want to give him a sec?
Yeah, I was giving him a
Bars,
sec,
thank you for the
just in
follow.
case. Oh, he's in there. No, yeah, he's in there anyway. All right, let's do it.
Let's roll it. Pokeritis, congratulations.
Station's favorite, my dude.
What?
Natty.
You set that shit up.
Calling Natty 1-2 no limit. That's an inside joke. He gets it. All right, let's do it. Don't be a nit. Don't be a nit. Good.
All right, Pokeritis, you're up, buddy. Let's roll it.
Let's do it.
Here we have Pocket Jacks under the gun, playing 67 big blinds deep in a $1,500 World Series of Poker event. Should we fold, call, raise to 750, or raise to 900?
All right, what's our opening size here? $1,500 live tournament.
Stations with the 9. Okay, just straight 3x. 13 bigs. 60, 60, 60, 60. Yeah. Okay. So we're going 3x right out the gate.
I see mostly 750s, and then Chip could have gone 900.
Okay. 750 for V. 750, I can dunk you.
No, I'm not playing while studying. I'm sending Beats as $5, please.
I'm going to do that shit on the spot, too, because I get behind on doing it. 67 bigs.
I don't play on Saturdays.
Yeah, me either.
900 for Kung Fu, 750s for everybody. Albatross says, light your jacks on fire and throw them in the trash. You're not a fan. 750
Not a
drugs,
fan.
Cool. Poker
Yeah, I
going
mean-
750. I'm going 750.
Brony.
That's my standard 67 big deep.
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan might be like, this is just a situation in a live tournament where it's a lot different, where I'm always going 3x. I can just hear him say something like that at this stack depth. So it doesn't really matter if you want to go 750 or 9. It just kind of depends on how your table is reacting to smaller bet sizes. Are you going 7-way to the shit if you go 600 or 700? And if not, I'm just going to use the small. If so, I'm going to go bigger. So 750 default for me. But our dude is going 900 straight 3x, which I get.
We're doing 750. Let's roll it.
900. Let's go.
Pocket Jacks are great.
Same.
Just make your standard raise either somewhere between 750 and 900. That's a-okay.
Yep.
I typically start to go about 2.5 big blinds right around this stack size, but whatever, it doesn't really matter.
True.
This time we get an under the gun +1 caller, a button caller, and a big blind caller. We see a 4-way flop, and it comes 7-5-3. 2 clubs. Should we check? Bet 750? Bet 1,500? Or bet 3,000?
I hate this.
Yeah, this is a trick spot. We find ourselves in this spot a lot, which I think is fun.
Oh, if you're playing on Iggy, this is the fucking every time. Yeah, you're gonna be in this spot a lot with overpair. Just playing multi-way with overpair. All right, but yeah,
Coordinated board too. Get another beer and cry, says Albatross. 1,500 for Pokeritis. Oh, they're just streaming in now. 15s.
Yeah, nothing but 15s here either. I mean, same. Rusty Tane, what's up, my dude? 15. I see you. We don't have the jack of clubs. 15. Yeah, only 1,500s here.
Marlon going smaller. He's going 750.
Excuse me? Machine gun?
He's still firing.
Yeah. It's not the machine gun I know, though. I would expect him to go 3.
Multi-way small bet, says chat revoked.
Chat revoked.
Check for Bovine. Bovine checking.
Woof. 3,000 losing value. 1,500. All right, so you're going 1,500. God damn, dude. It's pretty sad, isn't
Rad
it?
says 1,500, but he go 2K in game.
1,500 with like 40% or something like that. 40-ish%.
Ish.
Yeah. Did your guy go?
Yep.
What are they doing?
1,500.
Yeah, same here. I guess part of me wants to check, but I think we just got to go 1,500. Still get value from worse overpair, from +1, and draws, and charge those hands and just top pairs and things like that. I think 1,500 is just the bet, right?
Yeah, I think so.
there?
I think 750 is just a little too small. Even though I do think we're supposed to bet small here, Marlon. And I actually think 2K is way too big.
I think 40% is just.
There's a good video from another coaching site. You can Google it, but it's called Quantitative Tactics. Quantitative Strategies. You can Google that. And basically what it means is that the more multi-way we are, the smaller our bets become. And so, like, you're never really going 60% here with 4 people in the pot.
There's the screaming and stuff. Yep.
Yeah, 1,500. That's about where I'd be.
Yep. Everybody's going 1,500. Let's see if JL ever wants to check or do something else, but I think 1,500 should be good. Let's see.
This is a board that, very easily could connect with my opponents, but I think if I bet and get raised, we're going to get pretty clear information. So I think this is a spot where I can pretty easily bet and see what develops. One thing worth mentioning is player on the button is relatively shallow. I didn't notice that initially. Whenever someone comes to your table and they're new, make sure you know how many chips they have, because otherwise you may make mistakes. So keeping that in mind, if I do bet in this spot, notice it's fine. So is there any merit in checking? And I think the answer is just no, because my hand's really susceptible to being outdrawn, and there are obviously lots of cards that could be bad for me. So I think I need to bet here. And I think I want to bet an amount that will result in me getting clean information from the 2 deep stacks, such that if I bet, let's say 1,500, and then someone raises me, I can just fold, recognizing they probably have a whole lot of sets in their range, plus good draws. And against that range, I need to get out of the way. So I like 1,500. I don't want to bet 3,000, because then we just lose more money than is necessary. Now, guy on the button makes it 3,200, and then a probably tight player, again, question mark, who knows if our read's good or not, cold calls. So 1,500, 3,200 all in, cold call. Should we fold, call, re-raise to 7,000, or go all in?
Who's folding? Radjan says Final League. Sometimes I feel like I need more protection, so I go 60%. Yeah, on the flop, it's like almost never, buddy. And then like there's a whole math equation where you start doing square root and cube root, and it's because when it's the multi-way, like we just bluff less, and since we bluff less and people float less, we could bet smaller. It's basically what it is in a nutshell. Have to call for Potad, says Red Dead. Coffee Chip Critic raised to 7K for Tina. Our man of the hour, Poker-itis, is flatting. Alley-oop, says Marlon. Does that mean you are going 7K or jamming? Or what does that mean, Marlon? Define the oop. Are you muted, Sixes?
Oh, I'm muted. I'm sorry, I was muted. I was talking to my wife for a second. Sorry. Yeah, we got
Jams.
station's favorite call. Yeah, I see nothing but calls here.
I see a couple of calls, a 7K, and a jam. We got the mixed bag. Just because to show you, this is a good spot to study because we got the mixed bag out there.
Yeah, when you see a lot of different options, that means, you know,
Call for
somebody's not playing it right?
Everybody says, open a can of Guinness. That was me last night. Fold for Bruce.
A fold. Yeah, I've never.
Now we officially have every option.
Yeah, in the Mafia, we're only calling.
Jail, say fold.
I
You
like.
think, Albatross?
I mean, yeah, let's just
Call
call.
for drugs. You just calling?
Hell yeah. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, we get called by the super high equity draws and better, and then maybe some of the worst overpairs fold. Like, I don't know.
I'm ripping. Getting all those draws to fuck off.
And then getting snapped by sets and
Okay.
and straights.
If I get snapped by a set, I get snapped by a set. I don't really care about that, but I ain't letting the draws in. I ain't letting.
They're coming in.
I'm not even
like
calling here to get like, let's say the Queen of Spades comes, the Queen of Hearts comes. Fuck that.
We'll see what he does. Yeah, we're in
So this is really
position. That's why
because I would rip it for sure.
I would call. I mean, I'm calling for sure.
Interesting. Because
Yeah, this should be interesting. See that this is why it's a good
it is
spot.
a big blind defend range too, Joe. It's a good point. So he has got a lot of two pair, and he's got the only straight. So you're right there for sure.
And a tight guy's probably going to play pretty straightforwardly on future streets. If he has it, he may just fucking jam it, or he may just check. I don't know. I'm just calling.
I stare at the dealer menacingly, look at this player and say, "I'm rich, bitch," and then put my chips in the middle.
Yeah, this is probably a soft 15. If Jonathan's playing soft 25Ks, this is 1500. This is a micro for him.
Nothing.
So, nothing. So, all right. Well, I'm calling. Jonathan probably does rip now that I think about it.
Let me see what Parker Rider said. He called too. We'll find out.
All right, let's do it.
This is a nasty one because I have no idea what the player in the big blind is
Never
doing.
jam
If
it.
you have some sort of read on your opponent, that your opponent will never slow play here, then that means his range is probably a whole lot of flush draws and marginal made hands, like ace-7. And if that's his range, we just have the easiest all-in in the world, right?
That's kind of where I put it.
Because
Nope.
if that's his range, we're ahead of all of it, and we definitely want to just get the money in immediately. However, I don't know that we can definitively say that. And notice here, it's very, very easy for the big blind just to have, well, any two pair, any straight, any set, right?
Sure.
And that's rough. So I think I'm actually torn here between calling and jamming. I'm not folding, by the way, because it's only 1,500 more into a 12,000 or 13,000 pot, right? So
Never.
pot odds certainly exist, and we obviously have 15% equity or something like that. We have at least 15% equity. So I'm going to stick around. The question is, do we jam or call? And I think it's close depending on what you think about your opponent's strategy. If you can just look and tell he likes his hand, then definitely don't jam. Still can't fold, really. But if you think the guy is particularly weak, then I like jam a lot. I called this time, though. Turns to F4, making a 6 a straight. Should we check, bet 3,500, bet 7,000, or go all in?
Interesting thing is, I wonder how many points the jam was because he said it was close.
What did you
So,
get?
like,
Oh, we both called, right?
Yeah,
we
so
called
like
as
I
well,
wonder
yeah.
if the jam was like a 7 or if the jam was like a 4. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, never folding though. Wait, there's a click back, and we have an overpair. Can never fold.
Yeah, I mean, we were getting like 10-1 or something insane, or over that, or 9-1 or something. Yeah, never folded.
All right, guys. So we do call a back card on the turn.
Ooh.
Now, what's the plan?
Ooh. I see a bunch of checks, station favored.
Nothing but checks.
Check. And then I dunked you just comes out with the fucking jam.
Turn them jacks into a bluff, huh?
Yeah. Checks. Nothing but checks.
Nothing but checks.
And then a jam. I love it.
Me and Marlon were already all in, so.
Oh, yeah, the hands
We're
over
not
for you
worried about this
guys.
card.
You mentally checked out because you had jammed.
Laugh at jam. Drugs, he said jam was a good option. if you ranged him where I ranged him, and call was a good option if you ranged him where you.
But it wasn't the best option.
We don't know. We don't know how many points it was. Well, I guess it wasn't the best option because it's not. Gonna
Yeah, we got a 10.
It's not going to be a 10.
Bruce
already folded. Yeah, you can't fold though. There's no way.
can never fold. Stop it. Check back connection. Oh, yeah, I seen you checked.
Jam was a 7, says Gab. So Jam not a bad option. Oh, laugh at Jam on this street, says Drugs. Yeah. That is funny.
Yeah. What you got here, Toe?
I'm checking.
Check.
I mean, this is a terrible
yeah.
card. This now he's got even more 2 pairs, and he's got all the 6x. Like that's like if it was a club with if it was a 4 clubs, the only worst card, right? So yeah, I'm done.
Do you put 3,500 out there to the gods and hope he just calls and checks back to you? Just
Nope.
Yeah, I'm tracking.
Crazy.
Get me out. So, I mean, yeah, some bad part of me wants to just put this.
I mean, it's the big line to
3.5K
defend, which is
to
the
hold
problem,
P,
right?
fucking,
Like,
but it never happens.
Yeah, it's like one of the worst cards.
Get me out. Yeah, check.
Yep. Check. Let's do it.
The 4 obviously makes the board worse, and it's certainly not a good card for my range, so that should definitely lead me just to check. However, this is another one of these spots where if you can just tell your opponent's unhappy here, then betting is pretty
Crazy
nice
jail.
if you can get them to fold out any hand with equity. Like even if he has a hand like 8-7, if he folds out 8-7 to a 3,500 bet,
No,
that
the live
is great.
stream's too long.
So this is a spot where I'm either going to check or bet small, but if I don't know what's going on with my opponent, I'm always just going to kind of lean towards the GTO strategy, which I can tell you is just going to check here and not want to put a whole lot of money in because it's way too easy for me to be beat at this point. So check.
What's the
River's the king
decision
of
here?
clubs, putting the flush up. Should we check? Bet 3,500, bet 7,500, or go all in?
6-7 suited always.
I mean,
He checked River.
yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to say anything. What do you guys think? Check.
I have thoughts.
Just kidding, check.
Around that
Yeah.
screaming showdown. Bruce already folded, so he's
check,
checking.
check.
Check fast, says Drugs. All in for Tina. Check for beats.
Check. Somebody say all in?
Tina.
Beast.
Hook right is spending
Beast
3,500. That
moves.
is our move. Super small.
3.5K. Huh. Check. I mean, people are laughing at it like nobody, and maybe a troll jam, but yeah, nobody is betting in the Mafia right now.
Chip Critic and Pokeritis, who is our man of the moment, betting 3,500.
He's betting 3,500.
Yep.
Is this the spot where you're playing live? You just fucking just show him your hand and like it's good, like you just show up like, all right, check. I don't know. I'm just to reopen the action for 3,500. If this guy ever jams, you're gonna be pretty tilted. Like I don't know. I don't think he's ever checking a straight though, or the flush. Right?
We're in
He should be
position
betting
GTP.
those.
If we check here, we just show down.
And if I do want to bet, I don't want to go less than 40% pot in position. So, and we still have this guy all in. So it's I wonder what the side pot is. But it doesn't matter. Yeah, I just think I'm just checking here.
He has like 4,500. So 8K is about the...
Oh, if you think about that in regards to the side pot, maybe, but I don't know. I guess 3,500 if we're thinking about in regards to a side pot.
Actually, no side pot because he
He
jammed and we
just
both
32.
flatted.
Yeah, there is no side pot. Yeah. Fuck, man. Yeah, I mean, I guess it feels like kind of strange to try to eke a street of value out from 7s, 8s, maybe even 9s if it didn't raise pre. Are those hands even going to call on this river as well when we do bet? When clubs get there and the flush gets there on a 4-line board and we're betting it to, are we even getting value from a single pair hand ourselves? Seems ambitious as shit to open up the action for that.
I am really torn between check and jam and nothing in between.
What are we trying to make him fold out when we
2 pair
jam?
sets. He never has a flush draw and he never has a straight. He checked
True.
turn and check river. He capped the fuck out of
can see
himself.
Yeah,
So
I
like
can see
I'm really
that.
torn
I'm
to jam, and then yeah, we just take down the whole pot, like easy peasy.
He's
But I
never
do
folding
think
a
we do
set.
have some showdown value. Yeah, I mean the pot's 13,000. We have 16K.
I mean,
like jam.
I didn't even think about jamming. I'm usually just.
I mean,
checking
if I had air here, if I had some sort of
Air,
boost,
yeah.
something, I am ripping this every single time on this river when he checks.
Ace Queen of Hearts
Done.
or something.
Ripped. Gone.
All right. Yeah, for me, we're checking. I believe stations. You said you were checking here as well, so we're checking, and we're gonna see.
We're betting 3,500.
Thinks about 3,500. Let's do it.
You have a swish up to this point?
No, we got a 9 on the first one.
Ooh, okay, because we
went
switched up
3x.
to this point. So this 3,500, it's a big deal.
This is it. All right,
it's a
let's
moment
go.
of truth. All right, let's find out.
Moment of truth. Check, please.
Well, this board just got worse and worse and worse. So this is a very, very easy check. There's no point in any bet here. We have the worst
I can see
hand
checking with the jack.
almost every time because
But if I
we
had
lose
air,
to the
I'd jam
flopped mate
1,000%.
hands and we lose to the rivered flushes. So we're only really beating stuff like ace 7, 8-7 that made a bad call on the flop. By the way, if you had 8-7 or ace 7 and it goes 1,500 all in, just fold that immediately on the flop. That'd be a big mistake to call or raise or anything. So anyway, check, we're losing. And we were against
We
two
did
flush
check the
draws,
flush.
so we were actually in pretty good shape. But it was not meant to be this time. Also notice
What
this
a
guy had
weird
10-2, so if he
river
had
check.
10-2, he could have had 10-6, right? And if he has 10-6, he may or may not check it on the turn, and if he has this hand, he could have had 8-6, right? So the sixes are probably in this guy's range, which kind of justifies the turn check, assuming he's not just going to always lead on the turn when he gets there, and a lot of people aren't leading when they get there. So I'm okay with the way this hand played out. Obviously, though, I wish I would have just ripped it in on the flop, because that would have forced this guy off of his equity. But sometimes just protecting your stack is a better play in a soft tournament.
It's interesting. A couple thoughts. Like one, I would have did on the flop, like he said, and two, like check back the river. If there goes check turn, like
Yeah, I mean, here we have
No
showdown
bet with a
value. We're
flush?
not getting. There's a time. I mean, I don't know. We're just. wrapping
I'm
up
betting my flush 1,000% of the time. Swish, motherfucker, says drugs.
J Keys. Was
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I would mix between check and jam on the. I would definitely jam air on the river.
What did he
You got me
get
there.
for 3.5K?
2 points?
Oh, I was just curious. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we opened up the action.
Yeah,
for
that was a
greedy as hell. Yeah, I mean, I would never bet small there. We got a 49. Congratulations, Station Favor. He says we're doing an Xmas rollover. The next winner will have a shot at double. So
Oh,
if
shit.
you're in the mafia and you win, bang, $10.
You just reminded me, drugs. I never gave away the double bet for our bet either, right?
What happened?
Drugs and I made a bet on a hand when he folded those queens when we were studying, and I bet him $5 that he folded the best hand, and then
Yeah.
it magically turned out the guy had kings, and so he said that I would double up here and give that $5 away to the stream.
Oh, so we got a
So
double
now that I just
winner next
remembered,
hand.
yeah, the next hand will be double as well.
So whoever wins this next quiz, you'll get $10 from either me or Toe. So $10 quiz. Let's do it. Keyword.
Drugs said he checked his
Sick.
flush because he knew some dolt with jam jacks here. Fair.
Because
Totally
he's
fair.
somebody-
That toe guy, I seen his stream.
yeah, he's gonna punt to me with a showdown value hand. You capped his range.
That is funny as hell. All right, cool.
We
Let's
need
pick quiz. Back to quizzes.
Xmas. We got to do
Oh,
a new
keyword is Xmas.
Yeah, fuck it. Just
Give me
Xmas.
1 second to put that in there. Xmas. You should be good to go. Xmas into the chat. Now you remember. Sorry, Beats. You got screwed on that one. That's all right. You're too rich to care. I know it.
Rusty says these poker coaching quizzes are very helpful. The free app isn't bad either. Yeah, there's just so much content and it's always getting better. And they're adding new content as they get better at the game as well. So it's a win-win for everybody. It's so
We
much
got to
TV.
move over to the cash game quizzes now, yeah? We got no choices unless you're going to go back like 10 pages.
Is that really? We've really done that many. It's cash game time.
It's cash
We
game
have
time.
to do Evan Jarvis, the Queen.
Yeah, he's
Eight.
the
I mean,
greatest.
I'm tired. His shit is just too good.
So you just want to do the top one, Queen 8 suited?
Yeah, for sure. We'll do a cash
10-19.
game quiz. It's gonna be $10. Make sure you get in there, Xmas in the chat. So it should be fun, man. Giving away $10 for the winner. GBT and Sixes, hello. What's up, KZTV? Also, we should do heads or tails instead of the random number generator.
You just
I've been
want to flip
watching.
a coin?
Yeah, the online flip coin. It's so much fun.
Trying to see if I have something to. Oh, you have an online coin flip? I was like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have
So you
coin.
can see it on the site like it's a big ass coin that flips. It's awesome.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm gonna look that up right now.
yeah, it's sick. Money me was good. DG, I got you. You never messaged me. You won last week.
Oh, this thing is cool.
Message me. Yeah, that thing is sick. It's sweet. That's what we got to do.
Done.
Sweet. Thought you would like that. I was like, oh, I got to tell Toe about
I
this
just
when I see
flipped the
it.
coin 3 times and it came up tails every time though.
Never fails.
4 time tails.
It's
All right,
weighted.
heads. It's worked. It works. I just want to make sure there was like a heads out there. All right, cool.
Yeah, you would not. You won $5 from.
Okay, we're talking live
yours
cash
truly,
game
my
streets
dude.
tonight, so this should be good. Be safe out there, Rad Dad. Make sure you wear your hazmat suit. I don't know, man. It's dangerous. Dangerous to be leaving the house.
All right,
All right,
let's
cool.
do it.
I'm ready to draw.
Oh
Ready?
shit, we didn't even draw. I was like about to hit the fucking quiz. All right, here it is. Who's gonna have a chance from the mafia? Oh, is it Gil or something?
It's Tina.
Oh, piss. Oh, Matt Pipes, you get to go against Tina.
Tina, our regular winner.
Don't let me down.
She stole Bruce's mojo. It was Bruce every week, and now it's always Tina. This is
Good
the
luck,
cash game,
Tina.
Tina. Moment of truth.
Get her ass, Seabass. Let's go.
All right, let's play it.
Yep.
Hello everyone, Evan Jarvis here for PokerCoach.com. Today we are reviewing a 1-3 no limit hold'em cash game hand that I played at Casino Niagara in a very loose and a very limpy game. So in this spot we
we
have
got Tricky
Queen
Ricky.
8 of hearts in the hijack. Not a hand you'll usually see in a ton of these quizzes, but in this particular game environment, it makes the cut. So you have a limp from a short stack guy, a limp from Tricky Ricky. Actions on you. What should you do with Queen 8 of hearts? Should you fold, call, raise to 15, or raise to 20?
I know what I'm doing. I don't know if it's the right answer, but I know what I'm doing.
Cash game hype. Oh, I miss this so much. Just seeing this action, hearing him say a loose cash game. Oh, I miss it. It's been so long.
Not a bit. Not even a little bit.
Doesn't miss it a bit, he says.
Albatross, thanks for the bits, buddy.
All right, what are we doing
Bets
here?
starting to come in. Bruce is going 15. He's isolating call for Cosse. Marlon going 20. Isolate and size it up. Call for drugs. Raise to 15 for Tina. That is our lady of the hour.
You can beat yourself, guys. This is 1-3 cash. Everybody in this bitch has played 1-3 and 1-2. You've seen this. You've been in this spot. What do we do here, man? Put yourself in the situation. Flick
Thanks for
your
those
shit
bits,
in,
Chip Kiddick.
lose control of your body. What are we doing? Loose cash is fun. It is, my dude. I agree. I miss
It's a pretty mix between 15, mostly 15s. There's a 20 and then a call. No folds. Beats stepping it up. He's going 20 with force. Slamming those chips down. Splashing the pot. I believe in you, Tina.
All right, sorry. All right. Short stack guy limping. I mean, I want to crack his aces, baby. Call, flick it, loose cash. Yeah, 15,
Fancy Dick for
20.
the follow. It is a cash game, Tina. It is a cash game.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Either way, some games it's okay. I mean, I really don't like calling in the cutoff. We may not even get to play the spot in position. So I'm ISOing or folding. Short stack guy. Yeah, I'm just going
Charlie's
like
folding.
15 or
Fold.
20. Yeah.
I'm folding.
I
I
can get
just
behind
don't
the other.
want to fuck around with this spot and blow the pot and all that jazz. Like, man.
You have to blow. It's cash. The game is bloating the pot and fucking stealing money, taking easy. People call, check, fold, free monies. Free money.
Or
I don't
just
know.
play,
I can get
or
behind
just
it.
play 5-handed with Queen 8 suited. For in a big flat inflated pot.
Oh, you know it's gonna
That's too.
happen. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely made this shit 20, and you're going 4 ways. The button still flicks it in, and then
Yeah.
you're still going 4
It's like
ways.
1-3. Fuck yeah, they don't fold. Crazy right now.
Yeah, I mean, I can get behind it, like being a little like aggressive. If these guys, are
If
just
I
like,
play,
folding,
I'm definitely. I mean, I could see some
Flick it
argument for
in.
limping behind
isn't
too.
bad. So, yeah, I mean, we're all super deep. Flicking it in isn't bad.
I'd
I'd like to raise a lot.
Tina says in the cash game, it's her money that gets stolen.
I can't. I mean, yeah, I am the guy you want at your table. I'm gonna probably have some action in these spots.
Cool. We're going 15. That's what Tina's doing.
Oh shit! What are we doing here? Matt Pipes is calling. So
All right, let's roll it.
In this spot, I like both over limping and going for the larger raise size. There's no reason to think that the short stack guy is really strong limping in for $3, and there's no reason to think Tricky Ricky's strong because he didn't isolate himself. So shooting it up to 20 here is going to take the pot down quite a bit. It's also going to buy us position for the rest of the hand, and it's a really solid play. The smaller raise size is probably going to get us called in both spots, which isn't ideal. We don't really want to build a pot with Queen 8 suited. It is a hand that has a lot of reverse implied odd issues. Versus a calling range. Overlimping, however, does invite those worse 8s in and those worse hearts in, so we do have a little bit of cooler ability going in our favor versus limping ranges versus wide ranges. And that's important to think about when deciding whether or not you want to raise or call with a hand is, what do the continuing ranges of my opponents look like if I take this action of raising or of calling? And how does my hand do against that range of hands? Folding's also fine, but in games like this where you have some pretty weak players, including the guy who don't know WTF he do, that was his request that his name would be that, so I obliged. You want to get involved. So we overlimp and he limps in as well. This is a big reason we wanted to limp. Button limps, and we see the flop 6 ways. 10 of hearts, 9 of diamonds, 4 of clubs, giving us a gut shot and a backdoor flush draw. Checks around to us. What should you do? Should you check, bet 12, or bet 20?
I kind of want to figure out where Evan's playing cash game next. And Seneca. I want to be in one of his quizzes.
This is Seneca.
I want to be hanging with Tricky Ricky. All right, let him along. Makes sense. I mean, that seems to make sense. Blood in the pot, not. He didn't like that one.
Oh, this was at Niagara? Was it Niagara? Or
he said Niagara.
Yeah, okay, Niagara. I thought he said Seneca. Sorry. Niagara.
Tina betting 12 now, and
never been there.
Pot is 19. Yeah, betting 12. A couple of bet 12s coming in the chat.
Couple bet 12s. What are we doing here, Mafia? Maddie Pipes. What do we like?
Everybody else going 12. Poker Head is going 12. Marlon going 12.
Damn, everybody betting here, huh?
We got one check.
Rusty's going 12, 12, 12, 12. Matt's checking. I like 12 here. Fuck, mate. 12 is big. Yeah. What do we do? I feel like all these strategies are great and all, and I feel like it goes out the window when you're playing on Iggy. No. It's even more important to be fundamentally sound. I like a mixed check 12 here. I picked up some equity, but not against a check. All right. What do you like here, Toe? Matt Pipes is checking.
I would snap check. We're a gajillion people in this goddamn hand. What the hell?
Yeah, get me out of here. I'm only checking. Like, yeah.
This was what I didn't want to be in the bloated pot. I certainly don't want to start bloating the pot now. Like,
yeah,
we got to get through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ranges. So we got to square root this bet by like 8.
And we
it's
going
like the
big too. It's like, yeah.
No.
Snapchat.
Tina's going 12 though.
All right, yeah, and Matt's checking.
Savage.
I like it. Let's do it.
Let's find out.
As far as boards go for our hand, this one's pretty good. We have a gut shot, although it is not to the nuts. King Queen makes the nuts when we make a gut shot with the jack, and that's the problem with these 3-gapper hands is that you never make the nuts straight.
What the fuck?
But yeah, we have the gut shot, we have the backdoor flush, and we have the overcards. Also, we've had no interest from the first 3 players, so as long as one of the players behind did not smash this board, we're likely going to be able to get a bet through. terms of what sizing we need to go
I'm a
with,
nit.
12 is enough to
I-
get the job done. 20 is excessive and unnecessary, so we go with 12.
I'm fucking
And
washed.
fortunately, the players in position fold to us, and we have position for the rest of the hand in what ends up being a heads-up pot. So we get a call from short stack guy. Think for a minute what his range looks like, what kind of pairs, what kind of draws he's check calling with, and see how you feel about this jack of spades on the turn, giving us the second nut straight. Opponent checks, actions on you. What should you do? Should you check behind, bet 25, or go all in for 2 times the pot?
I mean, doesn't 25 of his 85 when he has 28 bigs and there's 43 out there? Okay, I was just trying to understand. It's always a little confusing when you see the pot, big blinds, and stack behind. Holy shit, dude. I did not
Yeah,
think we
I
were
actually
betting.
clipped both of our faces. The answer to that one. What the hell?
I'm a nit. I'm a boomer,
hell?
dude. Shit.
Pete says, "Where's the tourney at? I'm out of this fucking
I better
game."
fucking brush up on my cash game before I get back out there and get destroyed. Holy
25 streaming into my chat right now.
25. Well, if you're gonna get there, bet 12. Yeah, when you're gonna get there, just bet 12.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
easy.
If you're gonna bake the turn, bet
Why the
12.
fuck not?
Yeah, absolutely.
25. Yeah, I mean, I see nothing but 25s. I think I check here.
Everyone's doing
hoping to get
25
into
except for
Stat
Marlon,
River.
who's jamming.
Fuck, man. Yeah, I guess Matt Pipes is going 25. I do see a check out there. I can kind of understand why we would want to check. It would make it look like give him an opportunity to spaz out, but I mean, he still has a lot of equity. That jack actually hits his range a lot as well. And I think we just get it all. And he has a lot of hands he's going to call with and decide he's going to call it off with. If he did have a 10, he's probably going to have a straight draw or 2 pair or something. So, yeah, he's going to pick up a draw if he called that flop a lot.
Yeah, and a lot of what it continues with has a jack in it. I definitely see that argument. It also scares away the 9, though, right?
Well, everything, yeah, but his 9
25
would
check
have
is
like,
kind of where I'm at. I could see sneak checking. I probably end up betting 25 because I don't check the nuts very much.
Yeah, I just think we're going to be able to get it in 2 streets because if we check and he checks back river, we're not going to be able to get it all, but I don't know.
Well,
we can
with
bet.
the SPR, we have to
and
jam
pick it
here.
up.
The only argument is when we jam, what's worse that's calling, Marlon?
We can bet, allow him to realize some equity. He's going to call off with more hands on river. Maybe he makes some 2 pairs and things. I'm definitely just betting 25, I think, as well. God,
King
don't
Queen, I
just
said,
show me.
what's worse than calling poker?
Tough rig. 25, Jabroni says. Okay. All right. We're going 25, and
So are we.
you are. So are you? Okay, let's do it.
Now, while we are behind to King Queen, we are also way ahead of 8-7. We're also ahead of a lot of pairs.
Bet the nuts
pair
doesn't
plus
mean
straight
jam the
draws,
nuts,
and
though.
2 bare hands. So we want to build the pot. We want
Is
to
best
get
bet
all the
for
money
you.
in by the river. And to get that done, about a half pot size bet is plenty enough to get the job done. There's no reason to check back and get tricky and fancy here. We want to get the money in the middle, and going all in would accomplish that, but we can do it in 2 units instead of 1. Also, by betting
Queen on river.
25, we give our opponent the opportunity to check raise all in. And now I ask you, with the second nuts, what should you do? Facing the $60 raise, should you fold
Pikachu?
or should you call?
Pika? I mean, dude. Is anybody folding? Like, we can make this real simple. Dude, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, we're beating them into the pot, right?
Yeah, we're not. No one's.
Dude, there's no.
With the nuts.
We have the nuts, dude. I mean, yeah, I'm not even gonna entertain that somebody's gonna troll and say fold. So we're gonna snap call. You ready? We're both players have.
Tina, we're calling this for you. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'm calling this for you.
You haven't responded, but I know you're not folding.
I don't want to put you on the wall of shame if you say you fold here. So I'm gonna save you from that.
Fold this.
Yeah, just call for you. Let's go.
It's the effective nuts. It's what it is. All right, call.
You should call here. You got the second nuts. If your opponent has a king queen, it's cooler, and you reevaluate whether or not you want to play hands like queen 8 suited. but when your opponent rolls over Jack 10 offsuit and you see that's the kind of stuff that they're limping with, you feel much better about getting in there with Queen 8 suited. Until, of course, the river is a jack, but as Mike Sexton says, well, that's poker. So, yeah, an unfortunate river for us, but a well-played hand on our part, and that's all we can do as poker players. It's been Evan Jarvis for PokerCoach.com. Hope you enjoyed the quiz. Hope you learned a thing or two, and I look forward to seeing you.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do? Played it perfect. Whatever. We got a, what is that, a 32? What'd you get?
35.
Oh, piss! Damn. We're going to have to roll it over. Good try, Matt Pipes. Good job, Tina. Of course, man. I mean, you're up against Tina. The champ. Good shit, Tina. Tina the legend. Damn,
Yeah,
man.
sorry. I was just screenshotting our faces when the bet 12. It was just too good for me to pass up. I'm going to tag Evan.
Knit. It's hard to be a knit. Good job, Tina. Better luck next time, Matt. I feel you. I would have got the same shit as well, my dude.
Tina, you win.
I'd have got a fucking the exact same score, so it is
You were
what it
winning,
is.
Tina.
She would have got
You
my
even went to the
ass
bathroom
ass.
during the last part of the quiz. You did it without even looking. It's that easy. Tina, let me know how you want me to send you your money. All right.
All right.
We got one more, yeah?
Yes, sir. We got time for another one. New keyword. What you got?
Damn, I was like Hanukkah, but people are gonna misspell that. And then I was like,
for sure, easy.
Dreidel, people are gonna misspell that. All the Jewish words.
Yep.
Yeah, it was good. All right, here we go. Shalom, Shalom. We're gonna go with the Jewish kick.
All right. Shalom.
Shalom. I can't let building.
S-H-A-L-O-M.
You guys. I gotta represent too. Come on.
Ain't no wrong with it.
Hanukkah just passed.
Shalom.
Look at that.
In the meantime, while we're letting you guys get in there, we are going to look for another quiz.
Yeah, let's do that.
Dude, are there really 0 tournament ones? Have we really just... We got to commission all the coaches, have Jonathan put out like, all right, you guys got to create a lot more.
It's the holidays too, so no one's really playing a lot right now, right?
True. I got 1024 I haven't done. I kind of went back kind of far. Holy shit. I just did one random scroll and 1024 is available unless you've done it.
10. Is that a tournament?
Yeah, it's a tournament as well. It's Tristan Wade.
1024. Well,
And then we got 1020.
No, I got it.
It's available as well?
Yep.
Nice.
Chronica.
All right, cool.
I like it.
Chronica. All right, cool. We'll do 1024 and we'll roll it. Get your ass in there last second.
Too many damn tabs open.
Wait a minute. There's only 4? Wait a minute. Did I spell that right? Yeah. All right, cool.
What?
Why does it only say 4?
No Jews in your chat.
Chronica. All right, let's do it.
All right. Jellyfish guy, you're up, buddy.
What up, B? He did it. He did it, America.
He did it, America.
Let's see what those mean.
Ready?
All right, cool. V. Yeah, we're ready. You ready, V? Let's do it, my dude.
Tournament quiz, let's play it.
Let's do it.
Welcome to this quiz from the 1700 WSOP Circuit main event. In this quiz, we have ace-queen offsuit on the cutoff, and action folds to us. So we are obviously coming in with a raise to 1100. The dealer 3-bets to 3300. Both blinds fold, and action comes back to us. What should you do? Should you fold? Should you call? Or should you raise to 8500?
4-bet, call, or fold. What is the line? Super deep in a live dunk. Well, not super deep. in the live dunk, man. 100 bigs deep. What do we like? Don't be shy.
All right, there we go. Ace queen, we raise, we get 3-bet, 100 bigs deep.
Call.
Oh, we're not.
D's
100,
calling.
50 effective, right?
50 effective. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't see effective.
Chip Kinnick raising, calling for Quase, raising 85 for Tina, raise for Albatross, Dad going 8,500.
A lot more raises.
Raise for Bruce with an exclamation point. Raise. Fancy Red's friend's calling. Jelly's calling too.
So there's a lot of raising going on over there, huh?
Tons. Marlon says, really? It's raise all day and twice on Hanukkah. Well played, Marlon. Thanks for representing, buddy. I appreciate you.
This is in my 4. Oh, yeah. So we have 1 4-bet and a bunch of calls. I mean, I think you can go either way. I think this is a small 4-bet, like maybe 30% of the time if I had to guess, something like that. But yeah, we can just call. He's going to have worse queen X, worse ace X. He's 3-bet bluffing. We keep those in. It's not like we're just going to fold to c-bet. We're going to be able to call a lot of flops. He's going to have worse ace X, queen X. So yeah, I mean, I don't mind calling. 4-betting is also pretty reasonable as well.
Yeah. 100 bigs deep. God, the problem is the position of the table, right? So like, I could definitely 4-bet this. Definitely some portion. I feel like I'm 4-betting it more than I'm flatting.
I'm flatting way.
Am I 4-bet folding?
60-40, 70-30 or something for me.
Well, if I 4-bet, it's like 10K, right? And then he jams for 16-7 more. Man. Like, who fucking 5-bet jams worse than ace queen, though, drugs?
You could just be a solid unknown player. Like, you don't know who the guy is. You've never seen him before, but he's playing super solid. That's the way I kind of took it. DG.
I just think this is common steal spot, re-steal spot.
Yeah, that's why I call. Keep him worse.
I get it.
Yep.
Jelly calling too.
So we are calling. Yep.
Let's start.
This is an interesting spot when it comes to thinking about how we want to proceed. I think calling is the best play here. If you picked raise to 8,500, I would ask you what's your plan moving forward. Are you planning on calling a shove? Okay, then you need to know that your opponent could have some worse hands in their 5-bet shoving range. So I don't love 4-betting here with ace queen. That's my point. I gave it a score of 8 because if you want to attack a solid player who maybe folds a hand like 10s or jacks or ace queen themselves to your 4-bet, then sure, you could turn this hand into a bluff if you wanted to make it 8,500 and fold to a 30K all-in. I think that would be okay against some players who aren't going to be 3-betting that light. But more or less, I think this is a spot where we just want to call. We have a very strong hand here. We keep our opponent's bluffs in there. We dominate some of our opponent's bluffs. And we get to play post-flop with a great hand. So those are the two thoughts that I have on calling or raising. Raising's only good if you can induce someone to shove worse hands or you're turning your hand into a bluff against someone who's really tight that's not going to be 3-betting that light. So with that said, I think my default here is more or less to call. And the flop comes 6, 6, 7, 2 diamonds. We check, and this solid unknown player has bet 2,500. What should we do? Should we fold? Should we call? Or should we raise to 6,500?
So kind of close. While he does like calling best, he said raising was 8, right?
8K,
so
yeah. It's reasonable. Yeah, it's a reasonable. I
Totally
think calling is going to be pretty good for sure.
Hand strike definitely makes up for being out of position, Rat Dad. You get to keep the worst ace exit and stuff. Rat Dad floating, drugs floating.
Yeah, float.
Floating for Gab.
Call. Any folds? Any nasty check raises? Where we at?
Oh, shit.
Spaz Nation, where we at?
Call for Runa.
Call. MDF call here.
Call
With everybody
for
being
Chip
so
Critic.
good at the game.
Call for Jelly. Great price to float, he says.
Yeah, I mean, I see nothing but calls thus far here. V
Pokeritis
is
just
calling.
folding.
Who's folding?
Pokeritis just folding.
I just folding. We can get behind it. We don't have a diamond or anything, and we feel like it's gonna be a lot of bad turns for us. But yeah, everybody, your guy go.
Yep.
Yeah, we're just calling here.
Yep.
V's calling. I'm calling. You're calling.
Yep.
Never folding. Check
Jones is too good to
raising.
fold. He doesn't have a 6 or 7 more likely. He's got some ace X that we beat. He's got the occasional pair that we don't beat, but we're doing okay against right now.
Yeah, he's got like a polarized range, right? Like he's going to, even though like Tristan said he named some strong hands in that range, it's still a polarized range. Like he's going to 3-bet you sometimes with Jack 9 and
Sure.
9-10 and worse ace 5 and stuff like that. Ace 9 on the button sometimes, those kind of hands. But he still has some very strong hands. So he's kind of polarized. We're going to condense our range. We're going to call and see what happens. But yeah, we're calling.
Yep, let's do it.
Go.
So even though we don't have a diamond in our hand, this is a pretty safe flop if someone was bluffing us pre-flop with a wide range that we can continue with. So I don't think there's any other play here other than calling. Raising doesn't accomplish anything. We're out of position. If we got called, we'd just be up against a strong range and some maybe even bluffs that could contain a diamond that could continue in position. And folding is out of the question on this board texture with our specific hand, since we could likely have the best hand. So calling is just the best play. The turn is an 8. No need for me to do anything other than check here with my range. And this player also checks. So that's good for us. Because it's likely that this player would be betting still if they had an overpair or if they had some big combination draw or diamonds themselves. And the river card comes the 9 of diamonds. So what should we do now? Should we check? Should we bet 4,000? Or should we bet 7,000?
Sweet river card, huh? Very interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
Very fucking interesting, man. Holy shit. 7K station says just going big, turning our hand into a bluff. Okay.
Yeah, it's really weird. Drugs is checking.
Man.
And checking the turn is very telling. 7K for Bruce.
Check
for Runa. 4K for Pokeritis.
Check for me as well.
7K. We have every option out there. Tina going 4. Drugs is only folding out Ace King. That's better. Check calling for Jelly.
When we float the turn, we can sell the diamond draw on the river. There's some truth in that. We can float a lot. I mean, we can represent a lot of different hands, right? That we would call with and have got there, or it could be betting for value. But do we need to use this particular hand?
Check fold for Drugs. And
Check.
game
Our
over
range
betting,
has
says
all
Marlon.
the boat 7s, 8s.
Here,
9s.
like small, 4K.
Somebody's going 4K?
Oh, 7K. 7K, he says.
Okay. Yeah, B is checking. But man, oh fucking man, dude. Did your person go yet?
Jelly's check calling.
Jelly's check calling. Fuck, man. You're not bad. I want to just bet. Like, just go 7.
The one thing about betting is that like he can't just palm it on us. The only weird thing is like when he checks turn, he shouldn't have the straight and flush draw very much.
But we can lose
So,
to Ace King too. Like we
We
can make
can't lose the Ace King, but he didn't. Oh, he did 3-bet his pre, and we flatted.
Yeah, like.
But that's
Ace
the only hand we're losing to, because like all the overpairs bet the turn.
What about the under pairs at 3-bet? We're never
Fives
making Ace
got there,
9.
and then it's like 3s and 4s that 3-bet you. So like, there's no other underpair, right?
Yeah, we just have a lot of showdown, don't we?
We do.
Fuck, man. I just want to make Ace King fold sometimes. And I don't know if he had, I mean, outside of that, like.
We're winning.
Yeah, then we have to be in weird spots where we do have to bluff catch some rivers as well when he does decide to bet. but we kind of shut all that kind of shit down, and we have a lot of very strong hands in our range. I'm very torn if I turn this into a bluff, man. I almost just want to fucking fire a 7, but because we just have so many hands and he's kind of capped, I think he's betting a lot of very strong hands here, but at the same time, we don't block any diamonds. Maybe he did check back a diamond draw. All right, we check.
All right, cool. Let's
All
check.
right, check. Yeah,
So it is likely that we could have the best hand here.
Interesting.
I wanted to bet.
Did.
But if we checked, what would we do if we were facing a bet?
Sucks. It's tough.
It'd be really tough to call a bet here. And then what about if our opponent just randomly has ace king, or maybe some weird bluff that got there and picked up some kind of equity along the way or some kind of value along the way? So I think this is a great spot for us to now turn our hand into a bluff,
I agree.
even though we might have the best of it, just because there's really no other better play for us on the river. If we check, we can't call a bet or raise a bet. So I think this is a good spot for us to be betting. I don't think a bet of 4,000 accomplishes what we want to accomplish. Sure, it could look like we're inducing or going for thin value, but I think a bet of 7,000, over half the pot, maybe even 2/3 the pot here is best. Sure, we don't block any diamonds, but we do have a lot of these middling pairs and a lot of straight cards in our range. So that is why I chose a bet of 7,000 here on the river, and we get a fold. So it's likely we might have just had the best hand here. But if we check the river, we would be vulnerable to being bluffed. So I'd rather us bluff and maybe put some kind of value hand in a tough predicament, although that didn't seem to be the case in this example.
Do that in game as well. I knew bet was fucking best. Just turn it into a bluff to make ace king. Even though we said there's a handful of, when he has those, it's kind of devastating. And then sometimes we get bluffed. You know,
that's the one thing. It's like when I check here, I know you know what I'm doing. I bluff the 10-2 suited guy,
and then you get And then our range is like protected enough because we have enough hands that show up to this spot and have a lot of fucking strong value that we don't.
Judge is asking like, what value hands do we get to fold?
Well, it's not that. I mean, but we had like he doesn't have a lot of value hands that would check the turn. His strongest value hands, in my opinion,
then we're winning.
But at the same time, like he has ace king, he has some under pairs. He might somehow have like ace 7, ace 8, or something like that we can just maybe sometime ace fold on this board when we go big. So I don't know.
Ace 7 to fold. Ace 8's kind of one of those weird gray area ones. Maybe they fold. Maybe they don't.
Yeah, maybe they don't. But I like his point about making ace king and some other hands fold. I really like it.
Jug just keeps typing meh in my chat. You know?
Yeah, but we get bluffed.
He hates
problem.
I agree that the problem is that we get bluffed. I mean, that I 100% agree with.
Yeah, unless you're fucking just snap calling rivers, your ass is getting bluffed, Seabass. We got a
check folding
0 for that. Holy shit! Did you guys get a 0 as well?
Goose egged.
What do we? We got a 20.
So do we. You know what that means?
Show it on stream. The coin flip.
Time.
It's time. What?
I don't know if I can get the coin flip full screen though.
I mean,
that works.
Yeah.
I can see it on my stream.
Heads or tails?
Who's calling it?
Let B call it. B. Heads or tails? Heads or tails, right? Give you another. He says heads.
Heads. All right, flip again.
Here it is.
Dun, 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 dun. Tails.
Okay, I gotta see it.
It's on screen.
Yeah, I just seen it.
I did it on stream.
Yeah, damn.
Sixes immediately said you thought I was cheating.
I just wanted to see it because I haven't seen it flipped.
Mazel tov. Hey, Bruce. Thank you, buddy.
Damn.
You're making
me feel we getting beat.
Got him, says Jelly.
Good shit. So rigged.
So rigged. It's Six's fault. He picked this coin flip shit.
It's sweet though. I like it.
It is sweet. I like it.
It's more fun to just see a number pop up, you know.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Well, yeah, that's it, guys. Probably be the last one. We only got a few minutes left.
Yep.
But we'll wrap it up today. We'll be back next week. Thank you guys for joining today. Tristan should have picked the bluffing. I know, right? But yeah, thank you guys for joining. Toe, you wanna do the outro? Let them know. You're so good at it.
Sure. This is the Study Session stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We do this every Saturday, noon Eastern. Make sure you join us. If you missed any part of this and you enjoyed it, you can do exclamation point YouTube in the chat. Exclamation point YouTube in the chat. And you can watch this one back. You can watch everyone we've ever done in the past with a bunch of our esteemed guests.
I know what to do.
And the ones that Sixes and I do by ourselves when the holidays come and no one wants to hang out with us. Make sure you check all those out. Make sure you give my main man Sixes a follow. Caster Crazy Sixes. And make sure you follow me as well. Bruno, I'm glad you hung out with us. We've been doing this for over a year, buddy. So there's a lot of content if you want to go check out the YouTube channel or if you want to join us next week for sure. Sign up with exclamation point PC in the chat for a link to pokercoaching.com where you can sign up for free, get 20 free quizzes, homework assignments, big blind charts for 100 blinds or more. When poker stops being weird, there's some staking opportunities and lots of that. Webinars with these guys. You can hang out with Matt Affleck once a week for an hour in like a 20-man group and talk to them directly. They are invaluable. That alone is worth the price of admission, in my opinion. So make sure you check it out. And that's it. I'm sending Sixes.
Didn't miss anything, my dude.
Who are we throwing the host to?
Yeah, who are we throwing the host to? Who's out there? What would Affleck do?
What would Affleck do?
I always see that. Yeah.
B. Paris, there's Drew.
Yeah, let's give it to Drew for sure. It has to be.
Cool.
Is it possible to go through some of your hand histories here someday?
I would say that that's a possibility, but it wouldn't be on this Saturday stream. We'd have to have a separate stream because Jonathan specifically, we do this for pokercoaching.com.
Yeah, we do this shit
This is a sponsored stream. If you can't tell from all the billboards all over the place, but I would definitely be open to doing a study stream, or maybe we look at a Pio shot, for the quizzes.
Some of these spots from the quizzes would be good. Maybe we can incorporate it there and just go through some of the stuff we look at. But yes, we got some ideas. We've been talking about some other stuff we'll do. We're gonna have some more guests on in the future as well. We've been in contact with a few people. And make sure to check out Toe's YouTube for all the past study sessions if you enjoy these. And make sure to, give us a little love if you enjoy us doing this so we can continue to do it. But
what I thought for a chance for me to be a shill is that if you sign up for tier 2 or above in my stream, we do a once a month hand history review where we look at your hands, we look at my hands. So that's another option for you guys as well. All right, throwing the host over to Drew.
We're going to get that to Drew. Bad on Drew. All right, guys. Take care. Let's do it.
Peace.
Boom.